Today, let us look at Luis Enrique, the potential manager or future manager of Manchester United. Now, as we know, Carrick is in the job. He has been coaching for 5 games. He's won 4 of them and drawn the last one. And to be honest, he has been scrutinized left, right, center, up and down. And he is currently managing the team. So the proof will be in the pudding. We will see if he wins out, which I hope he does, by the way. But if he wins out, we finish 2nd or 3rd in the league. We qualify for the Champions League. We do very well. We're playing very well. I think that he will get the job. The fans will clamor for it. The noise will be too loud, and I think the board will capitulate as they usually do. But in case that doesn't happen, let us have a more in-depth look at Luis Enrique, the Champions League winning manager of PSG. Let's look at what he brings to the team, what his coaching style is like, what kind of players he likes, how can he handle pressure at a chaotic club like Manchester United, and what, as we Manchester United fans, can expect from him. Now, before we begin, please like and subscribe. It does really help the channel. Now, I'm going to list a couple of his accomplishments here, his career accomplishments, where he started, which clubs he's coached, how many trophies he's won there, and then we can really get to see his CV, which is tremendous, and see what kind of manager that we're going to be getting if he does come to Manchester United. Well, he started off at Barcelona B, and he won promotion there. From Barcelona B, he went to Celta Vigo, and then from Celta Vigo, he went to Roma. Now, at Celta Vigo and Roma, he didn't win too much, but he had a decent winning percentage at those clubs. From Roma, then he took his big step and went to Barcelona, right? And in Barcelona, he won 9 major trophies, right? And of that, he won a treble in 2015, Barcelona treble, right? His first treble of 2, by the way. From Barcelona, he then went to the Spanish national team, where he was a Nations League finalist. Although he didn't win much, he was the building blocks for what we know Spain to be dominant as of today. He built the building blocks of like rebuilding Spain. From Spain, he then went to PSG. At PSG, he then won the treble at PSG, his second treble, by the way. He's only the second manager to do that after Pep Guardiola, right? To win 2 trebles. He won 1 at Barcelona and 1 at PSG. Pep won 1 at Barcelona and 1 at Man City, right? So he is a winner by nature. He brings winning to the club. He brings discipline. He brings a winning mentality, a hard-working mentality, and that's what we would be getting if he came to Manchester United. Now, in terms of what type of football does Luis Enrique like to play? And in one word, it's exciting football, right? Which is what we're used to at Man United. But it's exciting in a different way. It's not sort of the rock and roll, counter-attack, wingers type of football. It's more possession-based, very intrusive, good passing, quick passing, movement. He really believes in the fluidity of players, right? So the right back can be playing a CDM. The CDM can play the central attacking midfielder. The central attacking midfielder can go out to the wing. But basically, as they keep formation, it doesn't matter which player is in there, right? But the structure is still the same. So basically, he plays a 4-3-3, right? Which is the standard formation in world football, to be honest. And it's similar to what we play today. We do play a 4-3-3 in some form today, right? But what he does is when they are in attack, it turns into a 3-2-5, right? With 2 holding midfielders, and maybe the right back tucks in while the left back goes up, or the left back tucks in while the right back goes up. But again, his tactics are very fluid in terms of positional play, right? The structure is there, but whoever plays in that position is very fluid, right? So it becomes difficult for you to track certain players because they're always moving to different positions, and that's what he believes in. So he likes a type of player who can play in different positions. He likes a player who's press resistant. He likes a player who's tactically aware and smart, right? Who knows, okay, fine, this player is playing in this position, so therefore I can go into that position. Someone who knows exactly what's going on the pitch, who can has pitch awareness, and of course is also very tactically disciplined, right? So his formation is very fluid in the sense that players play in the different positions, although he's very rigid in the way he sets up in terms of formation. When it comes to defending, he believes in high pressing, high frequency, very aggressive pressing high up the pitch, right? And forcing the team to have no time on the ball and to go long, so that he can regain possession as quickly as possible. In fact, from kickoffs, he's been known to kick the ball out, right, by the corner flag, straight off the kickoff, so that he can press the team so the team can go long and he can get possession again. He loves possession in the football. He loves the ball. In that way, he's similar to Pep Guardiola. But I think that the difference between him and Pep Guardiola is that he's more, I think, tactically fluid, and also he's more direct, right? Pep's teams, when they're playing very well, they tiki-taka. There are a lot of possessions around the halfway. They're not really penetrating. They possess the ball, pass it to them, and then they penetrate, right? But Luis Enrique's teams are more fluid than that. They like to, they do possess the football, but then they're also very penetrative, and they're very direct, and they move the ball quicker. And so that's what we'll be getting at Manchester United. We get a guy who's tactically astute, tactically aware, well experienced, likes to change formation, and also will change formation to suit his players rather than the players suit his formation, and can work with different players in different positions. But he does like a smart player, a more technical player, a more press-resistant player, and that's what we'll be expecting at Manchester United. The knock on any foreign manager coming to Manchester United is threefold, right? The first being the lack of Premiership experience. Apparently, that is the downfall of many a manager, according to the British press and British fans in England. The second thing is the enormity of the club, how immense and big the club is, right? Manchester United is the biggest club in England, and actually one of the biggest clubs in the world, if not the biggest in the world. And then thirdly, right, the chaotic nature in which Manchester United is operating at the moment, right? An example of that would be what Sir Jim Ratcliffe just said in the press. So how is Luis Enrique equipped to deal with those things? The first thing about lack of Premiership experience, the man has managed in Europe, right? He's managed Barcelona, huge. He's managed PSG. He's won the Champions League with both teams. He's managed at the national level, the national team. So I think that in terms of experience, he won't be overwhelmed by the British game. He will adapt very quickly because he is a world-class, genuinely a world-class manager. The second thing, in terms of the enormity of the club, how big Manchester United is, he's managed at Barcelona and PSG. Now, PSG is not as big as Manchester United, but PSG is the biggest club in France, right? And the pressure to win the Champions League is massive. And so he already knows how it feels to manage that pressure. And also, he's managed the Spanish national team. They expect to win every trophy that they enter, similarly like Manchester United. So I think he'll be able to handle that pressure of an enormous club. And Barcelona, it doesn't get any bigger than that, really. Barcelona is massive. And remember, he followed shortly after Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola had such a successive reign, right? And he managed straight after that. So I think in terms of the pressure and the Manchester United, he'll be able to handle it. And then finally, the chaotic nature of Manchester United with the board, as guys transitioning from the Glacier reign into the Ineos reign, how crazy and chaotic that has been, right? I think if you look at Barcelona is one of the most chaotic clubs in the world, and he did very well there. There's an example of him benching Messi, for instance, on one occasion when Messi wouldn't work hard. So he actually benched him. And don't think that Messi just took it on the, okay, fine, he's the coach. No, he went on strike. He refused to practice for a couple of days. But Luis Enrique didn't back down. And that very same season, they end up winning the treble. So Luis Enrique is used to managing big personalities and winning, by the way, right? You look at PSG, the same thing happened with Mbappe. In fact, the first thing he did at PSG was have a one-on-one meeting with Mbappe, where he explained to him the importance of teamwork and asked him to set an example for him to be because Mbappe did no defending at PSG. He missed practices. He did basically what he wanted. He helped pick the team. And Luis Enrique said, nah, none of that, son. We're going to change the culture completely, right? And he wanted Mbappe on board. And guess what Mbappe did? He just left. He didn't care. He left, right? And then in defiance of that, Luis Enrique held a press conference, a very famous press conference, where he emphasized that this is a new regime, a new era where teamwork matters, right? And then he also gave the example of, guys, Mbappe was running things here for how many years, and what did you win? Of course, they won a lot of domestic stuff, but they won nothing internationally. They didn't win the Champions League, which is what they wanted to win, right? And so he put his foot down, he set the standard, and guess what? 2 or 3 years later, they won the treble. And now they're the biggest team in Europe, in terms of the most successful team in Europe right now, right? And so it shows you that Luis Enrique can handle pressure, he can handle big players, he can handle big moments, and he won't back down. He will set a standard, and that standard will be the standard, right? So in conclusion, you have a manager who's won 2 Champions Leagues, 4 league titles, 5 domestic cups, 5 international caps. What a winner, right? And unlike other English fans and English press and English media, I don't think the Manchester United job is too big for Luis Enrique. I think he'll be able to handle it. I think he'll be an excellent hire, and I think we'd be lucky to have him. So let me know what you think down in the comments. And as always, please like and subscribe. Do you like Luis Enrique as our manager? Do you think that he would fit in well at Manchester United? Do you think we'd even be able to get him? Why wouldn't he just stay at PSG? So let me know what you think in the comments, and as always, please like and subscribe.